I got an email yesterday it was one of those I had to answer with a bunch of capital letters and exclamation points, not at the person who sent it, but at what was done that she was asking me, how do we fix this? So she had a friend who takes their dog to work with them every day. And I guess somebody from Department of Health or something came in and said, hey, is that dog up to date on vaccines? Because if it's coming to work, and it's in a public building, it has to be uh, deemed healthy, which is fine. Fine. So the dog was taken in to the local veterinarian to have a physical exam to deem it healthy, which is perfect, and to get up to date on shots. Unfortunately, the people who are the owners, they're not followers of ours and weren't aware that there were different sets of rules for different dogs. And so they got their small dog back after its trip into the veterinarian, and it was given kennel cough vaccine. So that's probably we'll say three things in that vaccine. Could have been four. It was given rabies. It was given distemper, hepatitis, four leptos, parvo, parainfluenza. That's 12. 12 vaccines, small dog, all at once. No discussion about the dog's lifestyle. Does it get boarded? Does it go to grooming? By the way, short-coated dog doesn't. Goes to work with the owner, doesn't go to boarding. So why were all those vaccines given? Oh, that's right. We have a one-size-fits-all policy. Everything for everyone. They left out Lyme vaccine. That was nice of them. That's not how the game is played, folks. And you have to be the person in charge to decide what your dog's lifestyle is, or cat, and what they need. Your indoor cat does not need a feline leukemia vaccine. Your indoor cat does not need a feline distemper and rabies every year. I reviewed records for one of my consultations this week, it's tomorrow, where the veterinarian says, we only write 1-year rabies certificates. We only give 1-year rabies vaccines. You know why? It clearly says it in the records, and this is the dumbest reason I've ever heard. It's too confusing for the people at the front desk to figure out whether you got a 1-year or a 3-year. Well, then you need to do some staff training. And you need to do what is best for your patients, not what makes life easier for your front desk. That is probably one of the dumbest reasons I've ever heard for we only give 1-year rabies certificates. I was perusing my phone this morning. I don't know why I do that in the morning. And came across a group where the person has a 7-month-old puppy and their vet prescribes Simparica Trio, one of the worst of the worst. That combines a lot of chemicals that cause seizures and are neurotoxins and, oh my lord, again, small dog. And she said, well, then after I gave a couple doses, I read how bad it was, so I switched to the regular heartworm preventative, and I'm trying to figure out what flea preventative to give. My veterinarian recommended NexGard. Well, duh, same category, no better. So she said that her veterinarian says her dog must be on flea, tick, and heartworm preventative all year round. Really? Okay, that's another one-size-fits-all. All dogs must be on heartworm, flea, and tick preventative all year round? No. Mine haven't had any of those chemicals in 5 years. We're not about to start now. So, as a veterinarian, my dogs do not have to have flea, tick, and heartworm preventative all year round. Why do yours? I don't care where you live. You do not need to be throwing chemicals on and in your dog every month. It's not a one-size-fits-all, and veterinarians need to figure that out. And unfortunately, it's up to you as the pet parents to figure it out and say, no, that's not how I play the game. I look at my dog as an individual. This is what my dog's lifestyle is. My dog's a couch potato in a high-rise in Manhattan, never goes outside, uses pee pads. Well, that's a different scenario than, hey, I live in the deep woods of Maine and my dog goes out hunting and running through streams every single day. Two totally different lifestyles. Two totally different protocols. We need to get away from this one-size-fits-all. If your veterinarian has something on their website, or you go in and they say, these are the vaccines that we recommend for all dogs, these are the chemicals we recommend for all dogs, look them straight in the eye and say, my dog is not all dogs, my dog is an individual, or my cat is an individual, and we're going to do what fits my pet's lifestyle, not what you do with your one-size-fits-all medicine. Same thing with diseases, guys. People go on social media and say, my dog was just diagnosed with protein-losing nephropathy. They did a urinalysis and said that's what he has. Well, where's the rest of the workup? And by the way, there's no one-size-fits-all to treat that. Kidney disease, no one-size-fits-all to treat that. What other diseases do they have going along with it? Diabetes, there's not even a one-size-fits-all for that. Some need insulin, some don't. Some need diet changes, most. Some don't. So don't accept one-size-fits-all answers. Say, no, we're talking about my pet. My pet is an individual. Let's talk about my pet. Okay. It's because the veterinary profession and the dog food industry has changed. This is not the same as the 50s or 60s or even 70s. Vets are falling from grace. Too many are owned by the pharmaceutical industry. Well, we've always been. When I was a junior in vet school, Upjohn Company, which was a huge pharmaceutical company in Michigan, they've been bought many times over since the early 80s, so I don't even know who they are anymore. But they wined and dined us for a full weekend. We all drove up to Michigan and were put up in a nice hotel, fed great meals, and got to get lectures from the pharmaceutical company, tour the pharmaceutical company. I have to say it was a great experience. Not because I was being wined and dined by the company, but because we actually got to go in the plant and see how pharmaceuticals are made, and it gave us a better understanding. So that part was really good. But I will say, when I graduated and I looked on the shelf at our antibiotics and medications, if it was in that Upjohn red and white box, I was more drawn to that than I was to a competitor, because that company had been nice to me. It can be blatant, it can be subtle, but let's just say somebody treats you nicely, you're going to treat them nicely back, generally. Okay, for those of you who asked about my son Andrew, who lives in Boulder, thank you for your concern. He happened to be on his way home from a ski trip in New Mexico, so was not even in Boulder when that occurred, so I'm very thankful. I don't know if he shops at that store or not. Bad news is that 2 of the people in his ski trip tested positive for COVID, and 3 of them drove home from New Mexico to Colorado together. So he's hiding out in quarantine, and I mean, luckily they're a good age group. So and the 2 that are sick are not real sick. So it's always something. It's always something. Okay, gotta get to work. I got a really busy day. Yeah, if your dog lives on your sofa, why would you want a bunch of chemicals and vaccines? Okay, guys, everybody have a wonderful day. Sorry I didn't make it yesterday. I missed talking about National Puppy Day, but I just got way behind schedule. Got way behind, so. Oh, thank you for the award came out of nowhere. I was shocked. They handpicked people for those awards, and I had no clue. I got a phone call that said, hey, you won. It's like, great, I didn't know I was even in a competition.